Hey guys, welcome back to another Marvel Champions gameplay video. I'm Earth Twister, and I'm excited to be bringing you Domino in Aggression against Tower Defense. Now, this is probably a really unique scenario, really unique setup, because Domino, as far as I'm aware, never faces off against Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive in the comics. But Domino is one of my favorite champions and Marvel Champions, and I'm really just looking forward to having a good time. Also, I've actually never played Domino in anything but Justice. So we're going for Aggression this time and just see how well she does. I've done some practice games with her and I've enjoyed the way this is played. She does a pretty good job of maintaining threat herself, even though she only has a 1 thwart stat on her hero side. She does get Probability Field, which is probably one of her best cards in her kit. I'm going to go ahead and finish shuffling up here. That is the encounter deck shuffled. We do have the Black Order, the Seizure, right here engaged with us. We have the main schemes flipped down currently. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle up the player deck. Hopefully I can get a good shuffle here so that we can get a pretty good draw and get the game started off strong. I have gotten to a couple of points where I have struggled really hard to make a decision of whether letting the schemes pop a little bit or flipping down and healing and when to do all of that. Because they do, the Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive can both hit pretty stinking hard, especially with some of the attachments and upgrades they get. Now, I have built a fairly unique deck, and I say that because there's not really a whole ton of need for a couple of the cards. They're in for build, if I can get to them, but they're not going to be priority, and that's Children of the Atom and X-Jet. The only reason Children of the Atom is in the deck is for X-Jet. Excuse me. I also have attack trainings in the deck, 2 attack trainings, and the main inspiration for this deck is actually an ally that I'm not 100% sure is X-Men or X-Force right now, but we talked about this ally, and we haven't actually talked about him. You wouldn't have heard us talked about him on Sidekick just yet, but we talked about him, and he's the main inspiration for this deck, so we'll see how well it goes. All right, so I think that is a pretty fair shuffle there. Let's go ahead and set that to the side, and I'll draw up to 6. My health is, of course, set to 9, and I am using the D20s here to track their health. Tip the Pug, Attack Training, Domino's Pistol, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Right Place, Right Time, and Digging Deep. First of all, when revealed, put the Avengers Tower environment into play, stronghold side face up. Put the focus defense attachment into play, attached to the stage. Each player searches the encounter deck for a copy of a Black Order procedure and puts it into play. Engage with them, shuffle the encounter deck. So this is going to flip, as well as this one. So both stage 1 and stage 2 are in play at the same time. We get a 1 threat on each one of them. And we want to be careful in particular of this one popping, because it'll do a significant amount of damage to the Avengers Mansion. All right, so with my starting hand, I think I'm going to drop Attack Training. Digging Deep is a good card, but it's not really a card I want to start with, so we'll discard that, and then we'll draw 2 more. We get Diamondback and the X-Jet. All right, so first of all, I'm going to toss the X-Jet for now for Pip the Pug. And I'm going to use Genius to pay for Domino's Pistol. So go ahead and get that there. And come on. That there. Oh. And that there. Okay. Right Place, Right Time, and Diamondback. Honestly, I should have pitched Right Place, Right Time, not ready for it. So I guess what I could do is choose a card in my hand and swap that card with the top card of my discard pile. So we'll take Genius back, and we'll use Genius to pay for Diamondback. Okay, then we'll go ahead and flip up. And I'm going to exhaust Diamond and deal a damage to her. When I do that, I'll discard the top card of my deck. Ooh, and we get White Fox in. And then we deal 1 damage to each enemy for each resource icon discarded this way. So he'll take a damage. And then they'll take a damage each. So Corvus Glaive is at 10. Proxima Midnight is at 11. And then White Fox is going to thwart 1 off of this scheme and take a consequential. Domino's Pistol will exhaust. Ooh, discarding a Domino's Pistol, but that'll deal 2 damage to the Black Order Besieger. Leaving me to hit for 2 on Proxima Midnight, dropping her down to 9. Nice. All right, so we're going to go ahead and ready and drop 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Athletic conditioning or attack conditioning. All right, so then force defense. After the player phase ends, attach this card to the other main scheme. The villain who matches the attached scheme is the active villain. So I believe threat goes up by 1 on each scheme. Proxima Midnight then is going to attack for 3 plus a boost. And then I guess I'll allow her to take the 2. I'll defend for 3. So she's attacking for 5. And she's going to heal 2 and get a tough. So I take 2. Then we get an encounter card, which is an Outrider. Discard a card at random from my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reroll 6. 2. War Room. Okay. Forgot that I did have White Fox to take a hit for me. Ooh, luck be a lady. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is risk it here. I'm going to swap X Gene with the top card of my deck. Okay, so we get a good workout. Then I'm going to use Domino's Pistol to attack Outrider and deal 2 damage to him. I'm going to use these as 3 resources to pay for aggressive conditioning. That'll give me plus 3 hit points and plus 1 attack. See if I actually use that attack. And then White Fox will thwart 1 from here. And then Diamondback is going to exhaust, take a damage, and discard the top card of my deck, which is a Digging Deep. And we'll end up dealing 2 damage to each enemy. So he goes to 8 and we remove her top. That is all that Diamondback can do, so we'll discard her. White Fox will be out here. Player phase is ending, so we move this over to Armies of Thanos. We're ready and drop to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Threat goes up by 1 on each scheme. Corvus Glaive is going to attack for 2 plus a boost. White Fox will defend. 2. And then we put a pursuit counter on Pursued by the Past. That does defeat White Fox, who already had I forgot to add the consequential. And we get an encounter card. Proxima's Spear. Attached to Proxima Midnight. Her attacks now gain Overkill and Piercing. Plus 1. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Digging Deep and swap it with the top card of my deck. Helicarrier is kind of a big deal here. Okay. So what I'll do is I'm going to exhaust Domino's Pistol. Discard the top card of my deck. It is Digging Deep, so we'll deal 2 damage to Corvus Glaive, dropping him down to 6 health. Then I'll use Strength and Digging Deep. Pay for Helicarrier. And the Power of Aggression will pay for Combat Training. We'll hold on to Deadpool. I'm going to use Domino to attack for 4. I'll go ahead and knock Corvus Glaive down to 2. And we'll ready and draw up to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. This moves over. Threat goes up by 1 on each. Goes up to 3, 3. Proxima is going to attack for 3, 4. And we'll allow her to do a damage to here. So she's attacking for 4 plus a boost. I guess I'll defend for 3. So 4. And then pursue, counter pursued by the past. So I take 1. And then we get an encounter card. Sinister Strike. Place pursuit, counter pursued by the past. It goes up to 3. It pops 1 more. So then the villain's going to attack me. She's going to attack for 4. Plus a boost 4. And then 5, 6. So I go down to 3 hit points. Okay. What I want to do then is 1, 2 for probability field. Then I'm going to use these as 2 resources, an energy and a mental, and take a damage to get rid of her spear. Domino's pistol will exhaust to deal 1 damage to Corvus. And then I'm going to flip down. And then I guess I'll take Pip the Pug. We'll grab right place, right time to go on top. Then we'll drop to 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Ready. This moves over. Threat goes up by 1 on each of them. Corvus is going to scheme for 2, 3, 4. So that puts that at 8. Force to interrupt when the stage would be completed. Remove all threat from this stage. Instead, then deal each player 1 face down encounter card. Then we get another encounter card. And the first one is place pursuit counter pursued by the past. And then if there is any counters on it, this card gains Surge. Well, after you place pursuit counter here, if the number of counters here is at least 3 or more than the number of players, remove each counter from here. If your Nemesis minion is in play, it activates against you. Otherwise, flip this card over. After you flip this card, find your Nemesis minion and reveal it. Search the set-aside area for Nemesis side scheme and reveal it. And then shuffle your remaining set-aside Nemesis set into the encounter deck. Flip this card over. Right. Not my lucky day. Come in with 5 threat. And then she gives me a superpower feedback. Okay. And these 2 get shuffled in. And then our second encounter card is Landing Craft, another side scheme. She'll come in with 4 threat. And of course it has a when defeated. Okay. So alter ego response here is to discard an identity specific card from my hand to discard that card. We'll discard a good workout. Discard superpower feedback. I'm going to heal for 3 and discard a card. Make it 4. So I'll go back up to 6. Then I'll flip up. Actually, before I flip up, Pip the Pug will exhaust and put a good workout back on top of my deck. Then I'll flip up. Do 1, 2, 3 gold balls. Actually, I can't do that. I mean, I can, but I just don't think it's the right decision. I need to get rid of threat. So Helicarrier and Avengers Mansion will pay for right place, right time to remove 3 threat from a scheme. Discard the top card of my deck to remove an additional 2. All right. I guess I didn't have that card in hand because I wouldn't have been able to pay for gold balls. Then Domino's Pistol is going to exhaust, deal 2 damage to Topaz. Before I do that, I would have put down Sharpshooter. Discarded an additional card, Digging Deep to defeat Topaz. Okay. And I guess we'll ready and drop to 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like this moves and threat goes up by 2. So this pops and deals 6 damage to Avengers Tower. So we just add a 6 there. That's close to popping that over. That gets cleared, and I think 2 threat goes here. Then Proxima is going to attack for 3, 4, 5 plus a boost. Defend for 3, 4, 5, 8. So I take 4 damage. I'm back down to 2. And direct assault attached to the villain who is not the active villain. When attached villain attacks, the attack gains range. If that attack defeats an ally, deal 3 damage to the Avengers Tower. At the end of the target, that attack, discard direct assault. It's going to be attached to Corvus Glaive. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm going to swap Digging Deep, the top card of my deck. It's lucky and good. I guess I'll use Jackpot to pay for Richter. Use Energy to pay for Mora. Helicarrier will pay for Lucky and Good. Domino's Pistol is going to attack Corvus Glaive. Get Digging Deep, and we remove his health, but he's not defeated. And then Richter will thwart 1 here. And then I got to flip down. And then we'll just ready. And drop to 6, 2. And counter card. 3, 4, 5, 6. Gold balls is back. Threat goes up by 2. Corvus Glaive schemes for 2, 3, 4. Puts that at 8. We get another counter card and yet another one. So we get 3 here. We get a Black Order Besieger, who will either deal 2 damage to me or 1 to Avenger's Tower. So he'll deal 1 here. Then we flip it. And there. Okay. And drawing nearer. And Rain Fire. Deal 3 damage to Avenger's Tower. Cool. Alright, my turn. Okay. Alright, alright. I'm heal for 3, 4, 5. Back up to 7. Then I will flip up. And oh, before I would have flipped up, I would have used Helicarrier to pay for X Gene. And then flipped up. And then drawn a card with Mora. Then I'll swap the top card of my deck with Diamondback. Or not with Diamondback, with Digging Deep. Oh shoot, I forgot about that. I would have discarded Lucky Break to have dealt with this while I was down. Okay. Apologize for all that. That's not very clean playing. What's going to happen is Richter is going to attack for 2 on Proxima Midnight, dropping her down to 9. And then he's going to discard the top card of my deck, which is a Digging Deep, and deal 1 damage to each minion for each resource on the discarded card. Wilds count twice for Domino, so he takes 2 damage. I guess. What all could I get in? I could get Diamondback, but not Gold Balls. Theoretically, Diamondback's the best play. It's not an attack, though. Well, Domino's Pistol will exhaust. Discard a good workout to finish off the Black Order Besieger. Then I'll go ahead and use 3 resources to pay for Gold Balls. And then Diamondback will pay for War Room for later. Gold Balls is going to attack Proxima Midnight for 1, 2, 3, 4. Dropping her down to 5. And of course, I've completely forgot about that threat on the side scheme. It's very unfortunate. Okay, well, ready. And drop to 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Love seeing a handful of resources. Focus Defense moves over. Threat goes up by 2. And then Proxima is going to attack for 3, 5, plus a boost. I'll defend for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She attacked for 7. I defended for 4. I take 3. Counter card. Corvus Glaive activates against you. Well, he's going to attack for 2, 4 plus a boost, and then deal 3 damage. Richter will take it. 4, 5, 6. That defeats an ally, which means we deal 3 damage to the Avengers Tower. We've got to get the move on. All right. And then that was that turn. So then I'm going to swap this with that. We get right place, right time. I'm going to go ahead and Genius to pay for right place, right time. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. And then we get to clear that. Go ahead and use Strength to pay for Hall of Heroes. Gold Balls is going to attack for 1, 2, 3, 4 on Proxima, dropping her down to 1. Take a consequential. And then Domino's Pistol is going to deal 1, 2 to Proxima Midnight. Now they both flip. $14 and $15. I'm going to discard the Power of Aggression and hold on to Digging Deep. Draw 1, 2, 3. Ready. Scooch over. That goes up by 2, so this goes up to 4. That goes up to 2. Corvus is going to attack. Gold Balls will defend. 2, 5. So that defeats Gold Balls. Counter card. Black Order Infantry with guard. And he gets a tough status. Okay. Well. 1. Hold on. We're going to swap Digging Deep with the top card of my deck. 1, 2 for right place, right time. We'll remove 3 threat from Landing Craft, discard the top card, and draw it. Each discard the top card of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Put that minion into play engaged with the player who defeated the scheme. An Outrider. He's put into play, not revealed. And then we'll use 2 resources to pay for another Domino's pistol. So Domino's pistol is going to exhaust, discard the top card of my deck. Sharpshooter will make an additional, so that will defeat the Outrider. We get a token on Hall of Heroes. And then we'll do the same with this one. So this gets shuffled back in, so that goes 3 damage here. And then trigger that to deal an additional 3 damage. To that. There we go. And an additional counter. I am still ready. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to attack for 2, 3, 4, 5 on Proxima. And then I guess I'll ready and draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, encounter card. Four, 5. Okay. Threat only goes up by 1. Proxima is going to attack for 3, 4, 5. I'll defend for 3, 4. She attacks for 6. I take 2. And our encounter cards are a Black Order Besieger. We'll get to trigger his 1 damage here. And Master Plan, which is going to discard until we get a Side Scheme. And it fails, but we get an Acceleration Under Siege. So I think that one just applies to that. I may be wrong. I'm not really 100% sure how everything has been applying, if I've been doing it right. So please correct me down in the comments below. I've been grim ruling a lot. And I don't think that should be at 10. I think this should actually just be at 7. Okay. So my turn. I'm going to swap Digging Deep with the top card of my deck. I'm going to use Helicarrier to pay for Luck Be a Lady. Discard the top card of my deck. It is a wild. So I get to choose 2 things. I'm actually going to heal 2 damage and deal 3 damage. Actually, we wouldn't have used Helicarrier to use X-Gene. Then I guess Jackpot would have been better. They could remove threat also. We get to add a counter here. We'll use Jackpot to pay for Boot Camp. Domino's Pistol is going to trigger and deal 2 damage to Proxima. Sharpshooter is going to trigger and deal an additional 2. Domino's Pistol is going to trigger and deal 2 damage to Proxima Midnight. Sharpshooter will trigger and deal an additional 1. I will actually discard these 3 cards and then draw up to 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Not gonna help. Oh well. All right. That goes up by 2 here. Putting it up to 5. Actually. And then that goes up to 6. So we clear this and get a face down encounter. Corvus Glaive is going to attack for 2 plus a boost. I will defend for 3, 4, 5. He attacks for 4. I take no damage from him. And our 2 encounter cards. Surge and reveal the top card of the encounter deck. Surges into Proxima's power, which means Proxima is going to activate against me. And I lose. Because I have no way to defend. She'll hit for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I got really unlucky, I think. And sometimes things like this happen. Honestly, you can get caught up with trying to do one thing or another, and I just didn't have the right cards at the right time. Not enough threat, or forgot to thwart when I should have. I didn't make a lot of the best choices. I needed to get my allies out more often. Things really weren't working out the way I wanted them to, and that's part of the game. I don't love losing, but at least I did flip them and almost got Proxima down completely. Corvus was going to be right behind her. I had both pistols out. I had sharpshooter out. Things were going to start flowing, but I was just getting hands of resources. So I think that's the problem with this deck, is I just had hands full of resources. Maybe I should have taken out the doubles. I don't know. I would have had to add some other cards in, but anyways, that is Domino and Aggression. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one. As always, stay twisty.